Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here and welcome back to another random match here on WWE 2K17. Now this one has been suggested by iWill1 and it is going to be Rusev versus Brock Lesnar. Now this one was suggested a few weeks back, of course, before Survivor Series when Rusev was F5'd by Lesnar on Raw. And it must have got him thinking that this would be a pretty damn good match to these two guys one-on-one. You know what? I agree with him. I think this will be a good match. As you can probably tell, we are going full-on manager in this one, so both Paul Heyman and Lana will both be at ringside, so be interesting to see which one of those two has the biggest effect on the match as well. Now I'd like to see, I don't know if this is right or not, because obviously I don't play the game much myself. I don't play the game at all myself actually, it's all done via AI versus AI, but would it be good if this arena, all those chairs and all those tables and all those ladders were available to be used? I think that'd be pretty cool. And I think they should work on that. Should work on more interactive arenas. There's Heyman saying, don't jump up on the apron. You don't want to pop a hammy before the match starts. Don't jump up on the apron. You'll pop a hammy before the match starts. Ah, oh, Brock. So, of course, Brock was absolutely destroyed at Survivor Series by Goldberg, which I know they did it for a reason. They're trying to build Goldberg up, and they're probably going to build up to a third match at. WrestleMania, which for me would have made more sense if Brock Lesnar had won. Because if Brock Lesnar had won, and then Goldberg continued his assault, and then Goldberg versus Lesnar would have been at WrestleMania next year, and it would have been. 1-1, that's what I'm trying to say. Would have been 1-1 because, of course, Goldberg won that match years and years and years ago. And if Lesnar had won this one, then it would have made it 1-1. They could have had the buffer match at next year's WrestleMania. But now it's 2-0 to Lesnar. It sort of makes you wonder if, even if Lesnar wins at next year's WrestleMania, it's still only going to make it 1-1 in the long term between the two of them, isn't it? So I don't know, it all depends on what WWE have got planned. I can't see it would make sense for Goldberg to win again against Lesnar. For me, they've spent all this time putting Lesnar over as much as they possibly can, and then to just sort of demolish all the hard work they did by having Lesnar get hammered within a matter of seconds against Goldberg just seems a little bit odd to me. But then again, I've been a bit confused with some of the stuff WWE did in the previous years as it is anyway. For me, it would have made more sense, like I said, if Lesnar had beaten Goldberg at Survivor Series. And then they're built up to another match at WrestleMania. That, to me, would have made more sense, but there you go. And it would have made more sense to me if they'd saved that big match, that big win for somebody over Lesnar to really help put somebody over. Like, imagine it. I know a lot of people are probably going to think this is a terrible idea, but imagine how good it would have been if that man to defeat Lesnar would have been Braun Strowman. Braun is on the verge at the moment. He's looking strong. He's not really had a proper feud as yet, and I think he probably will get one soon, it looks like, against Sami Zayn. So it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because if he'd been given that big opportunity against the Brock Lesnar, just out the blue, not any build, they could have a build up, but not any match build up, and just put them in the ring together. Then Braun Strowman just demolished Lesnar in a short amount of time. Braun would have gone so over as a big heel. It would have been fantastic. But I thought the same thing like a few years ago when Lesnar took the streak away from the Undertaker. I always thought, in my opinion, it would have made more sense for Undertaker to maybe beat Lesnar, and then the next year, when Bray Wyatt went on one-on-one with Undertaker, that would have been the one for me. If Bray Wyatt had picked up the victory over the Undertaker in a very dark way, and then maybe Bray Wyatt had put Undertaker's body in the coffin, and then Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan would carry Undertaker out. That could have been such a massive moment for Bray, and that could have really pushed him as the next big heel in the WWE, and the next face of fear, I suppose, like he kept trying to be. But at the moment, because that defeat and just his various defeats he's had over the last few years, he never seems to come out on top of a feud. And I know that's probably because he's a heel and heels never generally come out on top of things, but he just needs something big. He had that big win at Survivor Series, being one of the 2 final survivors, which is a big one for him. But I just think he needs that extra bit. He needs that extra bit of oomph, that extra bit of help to really push him up to the next level. I think once he's had the championship, I think Bray in a championship feud would be absolutely fantastic. I really do. But it looks like, in my opinion, looks like Lesnar may have hurt his knee there, landing on the outside. In my opinion, it looks like they're going to go for AJ Styles against Dean Ambrose. Of course, we know that already. At the next pay-per-view. It's TLC, isn't it? It's coming up this weekend? Or has it already happened? I'm trying to think now. I think it may have already happened. I'm trying to think when I'm recording this to when it gets uploaded. It may be tonight. Maybe tonight, maybe yesterday, I'm not sure. But that's going to be a really good event. I'm looking forward to that one, actually. But after that, I think the next SmackDown one is going to be the Rumble. So I would imagine that Bray is going to be in the Rumble. And then it's going to be Fastlane. So this has been announced a couple of days ago. Fastlane is going to be in February for SmackDown. And Raw is going to have Elimination Chamber in February. Before Mania, which I think is an interesting one. So it means everyone on SmackDown is not going to have to appear in an Elimination Chamber. But Raw will. That'd be good. I think having some of the people on Raw inside that chamber. Imagine Brock Lesnar inside the chamber. He would demolish people, wouldn't he? But I think Raw have the... I can imagine what that chamber match would be like. You could have Braun Strowman in there. Braun Strowman in the chamber. Oh, that'd be interesting. All the other 5 guys just trying to demolish Strowman. Just get him out of the match. That could be what they do with Strowman over the next few months. They could put him in the Rumble and he could get really teamed up on Eliminated. They could put him in the Elimination Chamber and he can get teamed up on Eliminated. I think that's going to be the best bet. And wow, quite early in the match, Lesnar hitting the F5, pulls Rusev out the corner. 1, 2... Oh no, 2 count. Rusev kicks out. There's still life in Rusev. Thank God for that. That would have been a very short match if that had happened, wouldn't it? Lesnar now locking in the armbar. Of course, Lesnar with the MMA background has his submission specialities. Of course, likes to use the Kimura lock. And of course, the armbar, as we see there, as Rusev does manage to fight through. There's 2 stiff right hands to the face. Rusev now with a snapmare taking Lesnar over. And it'd be interesting to see whether they ever actually give Rusev that push up onto the main show, on the main event, shall I say. He's had mid-card championships. He's had some big feuds against people like Cena. But it makes you wonder whether he'll ever get that big feud and get himself a shot at the championship. Of course, he is on Raw at the moment. He's had that feud against Roman Reigns, and he's done quite well in that feud against Roman Reigns as well. The only problem is, when you feud against Roman Reigns, you've got no chance of winning because of just basically Vince's crush on Reigns. So I would like to see Rusev get an opportunity, even if he lost. Just getting up. Oh, Lana throwing a chair into the ring. Lana throws a chair into the ring now. Rusev rolling Lesnar over for the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Lana here getting the referee's attention. I thought that was going to give Rusev a chance to use the chair, but not quite. Oh, I think Lesnar's head did hit the chair there as he brought him back into the ring the hard way. Big kick by Rusev to Lesnar. No way is Rusev going to pull this off. 1, 2. Oh, it's only a 2 count. Rusev can't believe it. See Lana there just trying to give him some more words of encouragement. Rusev stomping on the face of Lesnar. Referee finally getting that chair out the ring. Has Rusev been clever here? Oh, big overhead chop. He has dragged Lesnar into the middle of the ring. And there he goes, locks in the accolade. Could we see a submission victory? Is Brock Lesnar going to tap out here to the camel clutch, the accolade? No, Lesnar using his MMA background there to slide out that submission hold. Oh my God, I don't know what happened there. It was a glitch, but it looked like Rusev's spine just snapped at the same time. Oh, now Lesnar going for, oh my God, the stretch muffler. Stretch muffler, of course, the finisher maneuver of Sami Callihan, or Solomon Crowe as he was known in NXT. Oh, Rusev fights free with that heel to the head of Lesnar. I'll tell you what, it's been a pretty good match between these two. They're really showing some good ability. Lesnar fight through that right hand to the gut. Went for an overhand, but Rusev, oh, massive clothesline on Lesnar as well. Rusev doing a lot better in this match than I considered he would do. Big Uranagi. Rolling Lesnar away from the ropes. Dropping a headbutt. Running elbow drop, but Lesnar rolls right out the way, and Rusev elbow drops nothing but apron. Rusev trying to take Lesnar down, throwing Lesnar across the ring. Rusev is just a mixture of Red Lesnar and Rusev, isn't it? Rusev now dringing. I'm starting to begin to not talk properly. My words are not working. Lesnar rolling. Lesnar being rolled over by Rusev. 2. Oh, and again, it's close. It's so close to Rusev pulling this one off. However, you can't help but feel that Lesnar's just going to get that 1 F5 and win the match, can you? But I think this would be an interesting match. I think that Rusev, as a Bulgarian brute, in real life, I think they would have to give him some sort of aggression over Lesnar, and that could really help put Rusev over. Even if Rusev doesn't win, he could put on like a really strong match against Lesnar, and maybe they could go for the old victory via knockout. Maybe Lesnar could choke him out or make him pass out to a submission hold, as he's locked him in the Kimura lock now. I think that would be a really, really good way to take Rusev up to the next level. Just have him go up against Lesnar, have him put in a pretty good performance, and then at the end, have Lesnar make Rusev lose by knocking him out via submission. I think that would really be a really good way, because you can do that, can't you? You can really make somebody look strong, even though they lose, but they don't lose by tapping out or being pinned. And I tell you what, in this match, I think I'm going to be surprised if Lesnar does pick up the victory, because Rusev's really in dominant form. Lesnar with that arm drag, though, taking Rusev down. Catches a hold of him with that gut wrench suplex. And now Lana up on the apron again. Lesnar being distracted by Lana. I'm sure Paul Heyman will be sort of saying not to get distracted by people like Lana. And that does allow Rusev to get back up, but not quite enough to get back into the match. Lesnar catching Rusev. I don't know what happened there. It looks like Rusev may have avoided an F5. Rusev rolling Lesnar around. Takes him up. Alabama slam. Dropping a headbutt into the body of Lesnar as well. Rusev pulls him into the middle of the ring. See, why doesn't everyone have that? Rusev there just pulled Lesnar away from the ropes before he locked in the accolade. But not everyone seems to have that. And there we go. Lesnar's tapped out the accolade. Lesnar has tapped out to Rusev. And that is a massive victory. Rusev did not release the hold either for quite some time. That is a big, big win for Rusev. You see Heyman up on the apron. He is not happy with the influence Lana had on this match. But that is a big, big win for Rusev here in this random match. So as always, this one was not as always, but this one was suggested by I Will One. He wanted to see Rusev versus Lesnar because of obviously that little brawl they had on Monday Night Raw a few weeks back. I really enjoyed this match. I'm hoping you guys did as well. Of course, if you have, then please do hit that like button. It does really help me out. And of course, if you are new around here and you would like to see some more, then please hit that subscribe button as well. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon for another random match.